And welcome to part one of my career mode. In this episode, we'll be starting off our driver career at a new team and racing in Bahrain. So let's get right into things and start off our career mode. We'll be racing at Bahrain, Australia, China, Imola, Spain, Austria, Great Britain, Belgium, Netherlands, Monza, and Singapore, Texas, Brazil, Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. I'll be setting up all of my settings. We'll be starting off as a new custom driver in F1 of myself. We're selecting an avatar. Where we live in Australia, so it's Australia. We'll be naming ourselves. We'll be giving ourselves an audio name. Luckily, my first name is in the audio name, so I can select something similar to what I'm going to need. We'll be selecting a driver number, which will be 36. And we'll be selecting an academy, and I'm choosing Alpine for my academy in this career mode, as they're a bottom team and I like to bring them up to glory. We'll be selecting Alpine as our team because that's the academy we chose and they're a bottom team, so we're not going to be starting right up the top. We'll only be able to get a couple points in races. We'll be choosing Gasly as our teammate because why not? And we'll get right into things.
Finally, let's do this for real. Sorry it took so long. You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff. Merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you.
So for our driver rating, we're not going to target the top. We're not going to go for 75. We could, but we don't want to delete our chance of being an F1 driver. So I'm going to start somewhere in the middle as 71. Contract signed. Okay, so we got some emails from Elena, Bruno Famin, and Mark. We got a new teammate rivalry against Gasly, as you would expect. So our target is 71, and just to retain our seat, we need to stay above 60. Recognition is 39% to 61%, so over time we'll be able to work that up to hopefully over 50%. And if we need to, we can always review our contract just in case if we're not going so well. There's also accolades. We'll be completing those as we go through the career mode. And we have our rivalry against Gasly and others as they appear. Look at all the drivers in this cutscene. You'll see ourselves standing next to Gasly in the photo. Oh, there we are. Okay, we've got our weekly resources, so now we are able to purchase an upgrade. We're going to be purchasing an aerodynamics upgrade, the floor stiffener state. Hopefully that gets on the car for, I think, Australia. Into the weekend we go. There's us sitting at our desk. And into practice.
A new day has dawned, a new season has begun. 2024 has started, and the competition is desperate to take the fight to Red Bull. And it starts here in free practice. So much unknown before we get underway. So what will be going through the drivers' minds as they get ready for the new season?
The faster you can work around the circuit conditions and get the car tailored to your liking, the better. And then you can just focus on the job in hand in terms of lap times. But first of all, you've got to get the car feeling right.
So into free practice we go.
Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we can have a great year, so let's go.
Mark just telling us our introduction to the team. We're doing fuel management first.
In this programme, we want you to focus on your fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can whilst keeping under the minimum lap time.
Just warming up the tyres there to get ready for the lap. So there'll be lots of lifting and coasting in this first lap for fuel management. So in the races we'll be aiming for bare minimum points, probably 1 or 2, just because our car isn't going to be up to the spec that we want it to. And over time, hopefully we'll be able to upgrade the car and then be able to race for podiums and wins. Fortunately, we are in purple for fuel saving at the moment, and we have 6/10 in our delta to spend as well. So we're looking good to complete this fuel management. Up to over a second now. And across the line we go. Purple.
Okay, test complete, and that was a
We didn't
really
complete
good job
the
indeed.
racing
Got
line,
lots of valuable
unfortunately.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend
We
unfolds.
got 11th in practice on hards, so that's a good sign, except practice is practice. Can't really tell how we're going to go in the race from that. Into qualifying we go.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Okay, now we're into qualifying. We're going to be hoping that ourselves and Gasly can qualify somewhere decent. We're in not the best car, so we're not going to expect Q3 straight away. But maybe Q2 is a possibility. So warming up the tyres, getting prepared for our lap. Out of the final quarter and onto the straight we go. Kevin Magnussen setting our benchmark as a team to get in time. 1:31.5. So I'll be hoping to get around about there. Max Verstappen setting the fastest time of 1:32. Lando Norris going even quicker on a 1:29.9. Used about all of our ERS here to get the best lap we possibly can. We kind of cut the last corner, but I'm not going to talk about that. And across the line we go for a 1:31.4, pretty much 5. On for our final lap of the quali session. Stroll's in our way a bit here, but that's fine as he peels into the pits. Across the line we go to start our lap. So we're currently in P13, so we've got to hope that we can put on somewhat decent lap because everyone will improve their times with their new softs on. So far we're 2/10 down, which isn't the best. We've gone a yellow first sector, which isn't great either. We've got to hope that we can improve in sector 3 here by a fair bit if we want to stay in qualifying. Yellow sector 2, not looking good for us. As hopefully our teammate can improve and get through the next qualifying
30
session.
seconds left in the session.
Currently 1.5 tenths down. A good last corner gets us up to only half a tenth down, except that's not going to be enough for us as we've gone yellow in every sector. So currently looking at the grid, looking to see how others are going. Everyone's crossing the line. We're currently down at P15. And Sargent and Albon have improved over us, so we're down into P18. Bottas crosses the line, goes faster, and so does Magnussen. So we're out of the session in P20. It's going to be a hard start for us on the grid. So Pierre Gasly in P10 after that. Oscar Piastri and Sainz both have penalties. Zhou Guanyu, Bottas, Albon and Sargent and myself are all out in Q1. The 2 Saubers and 2 Williams and 1 Alpine. It's not looking good for us, but it is our first qualifying session in F1, so it's not the worst of situations.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Stroll, Gasly, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Zhou, Bottas, Albon, Sargent, and Daniel. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, Ant, as much as I like testing, and I do love testing, and I've really enjoyed the build-up here and all the speculation, I really want to see some action. And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
You're going to definitely see action, Crofty. Everyone's G'd up for this one. They've done the testing like you say. The drivers will be revving inside, heart rates going, trying to burst out their chest at this moment. With that anticipation, who's got the speed? We're going to learn now, once and for all.
So we're 20th on the grid. Not the best of starts, but it is what it is. We're going to be running a 2-stop strategy, either medium hards or soft hards. And if we're able to possibly stretch the softs, we could go soft medium softs. Or even soft mediums.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Now we come up to our grid spot. We're hoping for a somewhat decent start that could maybe get us up to P17 or 16. Our teammate is in P10. He's had a great qualifying session and he's got some luck with penalties. But as we wait on the grid, 5 lights, and away we go. Not the best of starts, but not a bad start either. Gives us the chance to go up the inside of Albon here. Inside of Albon. Albon squeezing us. Getting squeezed by a driver behind as well. And now we're behind Piastri. We've gone up to P15, which is a great start for us. And looking around the outside of Piastri, we go around Piastri, off the track, can't take the position. We look the inside of Piastri, except he's already going for Hülkenberg, so we can't make the move on that.
Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward.
A great start for us. Hopefully our teammate's going well. Can't really see him on the grid at the moment, so I'm not sure where he's up to. Hopefully he just retained his position. That would be ideal for us. As now we lurk behind Hulkenberg, looking for that position. Right behind him on his gearbox. We look to the inside of Hulkenberg, he moves over to block us. We go around the outside and we make the position on Hulkenberg into P14.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use
We've got the
DRS
two
within 1
Hasses,
second of the car
Williams
ahead
and the
DRS.
Saubers behind us. Got Piastri ahead of us, who's looking to go up the grid further. He had a grid penalty, so he had to take 5 places down. We've got Hulkenberg, who's 6/10 behind us, 7 now. We look up the inside of Piastri, don't see the chance, so we don't take it. He's on medium, so we'll be able to go faster for the next few laps, except our tyres will die off first. As we go late braking into the corner and overtake Piastri on the inside, up the position into P13. Now we're looking for that position on Ricciardo. Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap, followed up by Norris with a 1:34, as we have a 1:35.5. So a bit down on the leaders, but that's not for us to worry. Piastri passes us on the inside on the straight, which means we're back into P14. So we're on lap 3 now. We're looking to make a position on Piastri if possible, or at least go up a bit further. Because Piastri's not really our race, but we could be able to race him if we're fast enough. We've got Bottas lurking behind us, who's going to be looking for the overtake. As we go down the inside of Piastri again at the same corner, and we could make the position.
Use that overtake button a bit more.
We have a good amount of ERS at 90% at the moment, so that's going to be good for us to overtake. So we're 6/10 down on Daniel Ricciardo, who's looking up for a position on Stroll. Gasly seems to be in the points, which is good for the team. Hopefully he can make those positions and get even further up the grid. As we lurk behind Daniel Ricciardo, looking down the inside, not quite going to get the position. But Gasly's in P9 at the moment, so that's good for us. Now we look for a move on Ricciardo, but we're not close enough to take it. Piastri fortunately isn't able to take it on us in the same spot we've overtaken him to us in this Grand Prix. We go a bit wide in the corner, so we're not going to be able to overtake Ricciardo at any stage. We lose some time on him. As Piastri lurks behind us and is looking for an overtake, he goes down the inside, and he's not able to keep the move. So we hold on to P13. DRS down the straight into the lap 5. We look around the outside of Ricciardo, but we're not able to make the move as we're not close enough to him.
Okay, mate, engine's running very hot. Engine very hot. Let's try and pull out from behind the car in front and cool things down.
Our first objective of this career mode being to keep our temperature down on the engine. Hopefully be able to do that, but we also need to keep up with the others ahead of us, otherwise the race won't be going that far. As our teammate is now on P8 and Ricciardo moves out the way and lets us through for some reason. Well, he looks down the inside though to keep the position, and he does keep the position.
Right, I'm afraid we didn't quite meet our targets
And
there,
we've
but don't worry
failed
about
our
it. Keep your
target.
head down and chin up, and let's focus on the rest of this race.
We've failed our target to keep our engine under a certain temperature for 10 seconds a lap at max. We look around the outside of Ricciardo as Leclerc and Stroll battle for the P10. We've got ERS going and we've got DRS open. We go off track a little bit, dip a wheel into the grass, and around the outside of Ricciardo into turn 1. And we make the position and we keep it as Stroll and Leclerc still battle ahead of us for the P10 for the last point. And Ricciardo goes around the outside on the straight. We take a little bit of wing damage to our car. Not
Okay,
great.
be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage.
It's going to slow us down slightly in the corners. Go a little bit wide and open the gap for Piastri. He doesn't take it. Now we trail Ricciardo behind pretty closely with over 70% overtake. So we've got a good amount of overtake to overtake him on the first straight. We look at our tyre wear, we got 40% in the front left tyre, and we got 24% in the front right. So we're not doing the best in tyre wear, but we're also not doing too poorly where it's going to cost us time. As we look to put on mediums in the next stint, we're going to try to overcut the drivers and go long in these first sets of tyres. When we tap Piastri's front wing, not sure if he took wing damage or not there. Oh, he did take wing damage. His front left wing has taken it. As these guys battle ahead of us, Stroll, Ricciardo and Leclerc. Leclerc and Ricciardo side by side on the corner. Got Piastri going down the inside. Probably behind Leclerc, as Ricciardo has overtaken him. Front wing damage for us, not great. but we'll have to deal with that through the corners and on the straights. We'll lock up from Leclerc. That gives us a free position on Leclerc. We've seen Russell's pitting as well as Verstappen. Verstappen going on to the hards. As we've lost DRS to Ricciardo here, not great. We'll have to try and gain that back, otherwise Leclerc will be able to get a free pass on us.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.7 seconds. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
And we plan to box this lap to get a new front wing change, so hopefully speed us up. And maybe an undercut on the others ahead and behind. As Leclerc has lost DRS on us, so that's good for us. As we're in clear around now, so we're able to gain time on others. And we'll peel into the pits as Ricciardo and Stroll ahead of us haven't pitted. And Leclerc's pitting behind us. And good optimal stop. Gonna need that with the front wing change.
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were
Leclerc
expecting.
gets the... No, Leclerc stays behind us. He must have had a front wing change too, because he should have been able to get ahead of us with our front wing change.
Okay, one stop to go, just one stop left in this strategy.
Oh, never mind, he is ahead of us. So we're going to have to hope that this undercut is able to do something powerful, because of our front wing change will have slowed us down. So now it's not really going to be an undercut, it'll just be keeping our position.
This is our true position.
Apart from the one we lost on
strategy.
Leclerc.
They've pitted as well as us, so warm up your tyres and make the most of this stint.
As now we have DRS on Leclerc, so that'll mean we'll be able to get a tow from Leclerc to keep us up with him, and hopefully be able to keep us up with others. As our teammates peeling into the pits. Everyone but the Hasses seem to be in the pits now.
Pierre is in the pits.
As we're right behind Leclerc, inching behind him, hopefully being able to overtake him on the straight. As we're not using overtake here, so we're gonna see if we could get it without it. And we can, with the pitters also coming out.
Remember to adjust your ERS mode in your MFD if you need to.
Now we're behind Albon, but ahead of Bottas and Leclerc. And Ricciardo seems to be on hards ahead. So that front wing change has lost us out on the runners ahead, which isn't the best, but the undercut will keep us in our position.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind.
As Bottas goes down the inside. Was able to take the position momentarily, but not able to hold on to it. As well take the P18. And a lot of people pitting in. As Stroll's gone round and it's caused a blockade. Ricciardo, Piastri and Albon in that. And it's a virtual safety car into a red flag.
Return the position, give it back. There's been
Red flag to the race.
Aren't looking to push for a safety car right now, just be careful.
So a red flag is going to mean we're going to have to change strategy. Probably hards to the end is what I'd expect.
Okay. Far, but this is a chance to take a breath. We've got another half of
And
this
yeah, it
race to go,
seems
and
they've
there's still a big
recommended hard
opportunity there.
tyres, so most likely everyone's going to be going on hards. So we're going to have to go on hards as well. And there seems to be no other strategy that we should be taking instead, so it's going to be the hards, as everyone has gone for hards. Piastri and Bottas both with penalties, 5-second penalties for what, I don't know. And into the first corner, we try to go up the inside of Ricciardo, but we can't. Front wing damage on Albon. As we now seem to be in a stable 14th. Up the inside goes Piastri. We're going to be able to hold him off and keep position. A bit wide on that corner there. But it won't cost us anything, so it's fine. A bit wide on that corner there. Piastri won't be able to make a move on us though from that mistake. DRS is not open, so we won't be able to get DRS on Leclerc.
DRS is now enabled.
So Gasly's looking good, he seems to be in the points at the moment. So should be able to get some points from this race at Alpine. And it seems to be a Haas in P2. Except they did start on hards, so he shouldn't be keeping that position. He shouldn't be on hards, so he might not be able to make the end. He might be planning to stretch the mediums to the end, but we'll see how that goes in the race. So DRS on Leclerc here. Probably not going to use the overtake to overtake him yet. Might be looking on first straight instead. The hards seem to be feeling very stiff at the moment. Not the best tyre. I think the mediums and the softs were better. Fastest lap goes to Norris.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
As Piastri goes around the outside on the straight. We'll be looking to hold that position by going up the inside into the corner, into turn 1. And out of turn 2, we've still got the position. It's Piastri and myself side by side. As Piastri goes faster on the straight and is able to get the position, but we go late braking into the corner and we're able to hold on to the position. We keep P14. We're a bit behind Leclerc now. We're 7/10ths down on him. But thankfully Piastri isn't close to us either, so it's all caution flag. Someone's out of the race. Seems to be our teammate Gasly. Gasly's out of the race. It was in the points and looking good for points, but now he's gone.
Okay, Pierre's dropped
That's an
out of the
unfortunate
race.
end to the race of Gasly, going out with a mechanical failure, as Piastri goes down the inside looking for the position, and he can't get P13, we'll hold on to it.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
And the Williams and Saubers have seemed to fallen backwards. They're not keeping up with us. As we go deep into the corner around Leclerc, but we're not going to get the position because we've broken too late. We need to avoid damaging our wing for 5 laps. So far we've done that for 3 laps successfully. We've been given that as well because we crashed earlier and broke our wing. So they've given us that to make sure we don't damage our wing. Seems to be a train behind a Mercedes. Mercedes are either Hamilton or Russell. As in this game it's 2024, so we've still got Hamilton at Mercedes and not at Ferrari. As Leclerc makes a move on Stroll and we look around the outside of Leclerc, not able to make it, but Stroll and Leclerc go side by side into turn 3. And Leclerc is able to gain more traction and gets out the corner ahead as Stroll settles for V12. Piastri looks to go on the inside down the straight, and he makes the position quite easily.
We need to stay on form.
He's leaving room though for us to go around the outside as we go around the outside of Piastri and look up the inside of Stroll into turn 2. And we've gained 2 positions in 2 corners. But Stroll has DRS, so he's able to go back down the inside. He goes out, or we'd brake late into turn 3. We've been able to hold on to position somehow, but who knows how that's happened. We lose out on DRS on Leclerc, but the train might be able to be slow enough for us to catch up, as we do catch up and get back to within 8 tenths. We have DRS, so there's no worries with that. So lap 19 now of this Bahrain Grand Prix out of 29 laps. Hoping to maybe be able to get a point, if possible. At lap 20, we've passed our challenge of damaging, well, not damaging our front wing. And Leclerc and Ricciardo battle for P10, the last points position. We might be able to gain something out of this. We don't have much overtake left, only 20%. So we're not going to be able to make any moves. And they're very slow ahead of us, holding them up. We look to make a move on Ricciardo, but we can't quite find the spot to do it. Or we give contact to Ricciardo. Luckily it's not damaging either of us. So we're fine with that, except it is damaging our DRS. As we're going, well, we're losing DRS touch on Ricciardo. The Stroll tried to go up the around the outside of us. Stroll looking to make a move, he goes down the inside on the straight, he's able to make the position and gains a spot on us. We're back down to 13. A little bit of contact to Stroll's rear end. As Hulkenberg's gone into pit, so now he's out of touch with his position, and now he's back down the bottom. Oh no, it's Magnussen. Magnussen's gone into the pits actually. So
Got
he's lost
information
his
on
position
Stroll.
and is
Okay,
now
they're
well
slowing
and truly
down. It seems like
last.
there's some kind of problem with their car.
Stroll has a problem with his car, which means we'll be able to gain some time on him, and he'll probably be slowing us down if we stay behind him for too long. So we want to gain the position as soon as possible. So we look to the inside, but you can't make a move because we're not close enough. We'll probably be able to make the move on the straight, as he will be slower.
Okay, I've got information on Joe for you. They seem to have an issue.
Joe's got an issue as well, and that's not for us to worry because it doesn't really matter to us, as he's already well and truly behind us. Hulkenberg's now pit, so now he's lost his position, which means we're further up the grid. Means we're in either P11 or 12, depending on how this battle with Stroll goes, and we're back into P11. And Stroll's not able to go back at us into turn 3, so fortunately we keep the position. We've got a personal best sector 1, which is good to see, except I don't know how that's happening when we're on old hards. We're almost down to DRS range of Ricciardo, so we've got to keep up the pace and hopefully gain that DRS for turn 1. Piastri's lost out on DRS on us, so that's something big there. That's going to mean we're going to have no pressure from behind, as Stroll and Piastri must be battling. As Stroll and Piastri are battling together, as ahead we have Leclerc and Russell fighting for position, as Ricciardo lurks behind. So Ricciardo looks up the outside of Russell. Can't make the move because Leclerc and Russell are fighting. Russell and Leclerc still going at it, and now Russell's ended up better. Well, both Stroll and Piastri have problems with their cars, so we're not going to have much pressure from behind unless these two ahead of us keep fighting. Russell locks up, slows us down. Leclerc wasn't able to go at the inside of him to get through for the position. And Stroll's now within DRS.
See what you can do. Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race.
We work behind Ricciardo again, looking for a position. Stroll and Piastri have fallen out DRS again, thankfully, since no one's been battling ahead of us. So we've got no pressure behind us, but we do have some positions to gain if we want points. We've got to try to get at least 1 point here, because it is possible. as we're behind Ricardo and Russell and Leclerc, who are all in the points. So we have DRS on Ricardo. Got a good amount of DRS, 80%. As we've been given by Mark and overtake Ricardo by lap 29, so it's pretty much telling us to get the points. We got 3 more laps to do that as we go a little bit deep into that corner. The Stroll's regained DRS on us, and Piastri is now a bit far behind. Russell and Ricardo battling for position, as Ricardo seems to have the edge on Russell, as he's able to get around Russell. As Leclerc seems to be safe and away from this pack, as Stroll's closing behind us.
The gap to the car in front is less than 1 second now. Well done. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
As we go around the outside of Russell, we're able to gain the position and hold on to it. We just got to hope that we can hold on to it on this straight here, going into turn 3. And Russell doesn't go up the inside, so we're able to gain the position. We're now in the points. Now we're just going to hold on to the point, otherwise we won't have anything for this weekend to show. Got one lap to overtake Ricardo if we can to complete the challenge. We're in the points, so that's the main thing.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
So we're closing in on Ricardo, I mean. We're not able to gain the position on Ricardo here. We trail slowly behind Ricardo, just trying to hold on to our position, as we have a Mercedes behind us who's looking to gain the position and get points. Probably not where they want to be this weekend, but it is where they are.
To use your overtake button.
As Russell seems to almost be able to DRS on us.
Don't worry about it, there's a long way to go. Chin up, and let's focus till the end.
We go around the outside on Ricardo. Will he look up the inside? He doesn't. But he will have DRS going into turn 3. So he might be able to overtake us back there. We don't have much overtake left, so we can't really defend from this. He goes down the inside. And he seems to be going side by side into turn 4. And he seems to have made the move, so Ricardo keeps the position on us. Ricardo seems to have enough distance on us to keep his position, and we got no overtake left, so we can't use any overtake into the straight. And yeah, well, it looks like we've got P10 covered. We close in on Ricardo, and we can't quite make the move.
There was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen. He takes victory.
Well, all that off-season work clearly paying off here today, Crofty. A brilliant way to start the season with a solid victory. It's a real good confidence boost as well, and you feel like that's going to really propel them forward through to the next race coming up.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
And Max Verstappen's won the race again. Just like in real life, he's dominating in this career mode. We've fortunately been able to get a point for Alpine, so now Alpine are on the board. Daniel Ricciardo just beating us out in P9. It's been great from P20 to P10 in this race in a two-stop strategy. We didn't risk a one-stop because we could have had some really bad tyres in the mud. But fortunately, with the two-stop, we've gotten the point. Red Bull lead the constructors as we're in P7 for constructors. Visa Cash App RB having a pretty good race for points. They're getting 10 points from Ricardo and Sonoda. And so now we're beating Gasly in the rivalry, in the Team A rivalry. So we're gaining experience, racecraft, awareness, and pace. And we got some more focus as well for ourselves. And our rating goes up to 66. And now we're still 39% in the teammate rivalry. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. It's been a good video, and we'll see you next time.